Well, our weather beautiful today.
Yay!
Kind of cold this morning, but it's nice out now at least. We've got some nice temperatures going on across south central Texas now. And a beautiful look at the quarry. A little camera bumping going on. There's a little wind out there making things bump around a little bit more, including our camera. Very gorgeous temperature, 67 degrees as we get closer to the end of winter. Tomorrow's the last full day of winter. And we have that wind south of 14, explaining why the camera's moving around so much. And it feels like 67 out there. Dew points at 44. The lower that is, the further apart from the air temperature, the drier it is outside. That's why the humidity is fairly low at 44%. 70 degrees right now for Cotulla, Pierce Falls, Carrizo Springs, 66 in Seguin, Gonzales checking in at 69, San Marcos, New Braunfels, both 67. Junction at 65, Rock Springs, a temperature of 61 degrees. Here's where we have the wind. Some pretty decent wind gusts over the past hour. Highest in Fredericksburg and Rock Springs, 22 mile per hour gusts. Bernie, Kerrville, both 20 at the San Antonio airport, 16. Obviously the strongest winds to the north and west. The hill country seeing the gustiest of the winds this afternoon. Radar is dry. High pressure is here. When you have that, it's just not going to happen. No rain's going to happen. It's parked itself over the desert southwest. It's going to stay here for the most part through the 14-day forecast. By the first part of next week, it'll break down a little bit, allowing this trough of low pressure to swing in. It won't bring us rain. It won't bring us much in the way of cloud cover. It'll bring us slightly cooler temperatures. But when we're in the 90s this weekend, that only means the 80s. And then the ridge comes right back, and you see it's even stronger and larger. And it's going to be here to stay. So our forecast isn't going to change all that much over the next 2 weeks. Here's the Futurecast starting you out at 5 this afternoon. Lots of sunshine, temperatures in the 70s to around 80 degrees for highs. And we'll pretty much hit the repeat button tomorrow. Just dial up the temperature a little bit. In the morning, we'll start out in the 40s and 50s, not the 30s and 40s like this morning. And in the afternoon, high temperatures about 5 degrees warmer into the lower and middle 80s. 84 tomorrow in San Antonio. Great way to end the week. And then as we head into, or second to last day of the week, and then as we head to the end of the week on Friday, the first day of spring starting out in the 50s in the morning. And by the end of the day, we're talking highs into the low 90s for many of us, especially our southern counties. San Antonio pretty close to 90 or right around it. The weekend, though, you'll see even hotter temperatures. We need the rain, most of us, in at least an extreme drought. It's just not going to happen anytime soon. That drought map coming out tomorrow, likely it'll be a little bit worse. So for today, we've got the sunshine, temperatures in the mid to upper 60s for the most part now. We'll end up around 79 for a daytime high by the end of the day. If you have plans tonight, mostly clear. We'll head down to the mid 60s by the mid-evening hours. And here's your 14-day forecast. From 79 today to 84 tomorrow, 90 on Friday for the first day of spring. And the weekend is definitely not looking spring-like. It's more summer-like with highs in the low to mid-90s. And then we'll drop back into the 80s for the rest of the forecast with the only day with measurable chances for rain next Thursday, only at 20%. Hopefully that'll change. We just need a long-term pattern change to get out of this drought or at least help it.